Have you ever looked at someone who seemed to have everything, fame, success, millions of fans, and wondered what their life is really like behind the spotlight? Today, we're talking about Cliff Richard, one of Britain's greatest music legends. At 85 years old, his life tells a story that is both inspiring and emotional. But is it really as heartbreaking as some headlines suggest? Let's find out. For decades, Cliff Richard was one of the biggest names in music. With countless hit songs, sold-out concerts, and a career spanning more than 6 decades, he became a household name across the world. Fans admired his talent, his clean image, and his incredible dedication to music. While many artists faded away, Cliff continued performing and connecting with audiences of all ages. However, life hasn't always been kind to him. As the years passed, many of his closest friends and fellow entertainers either retired or passed away. Growing older often means facing loneliness, and even someone as famous as Cliff Richard isn't immune to that reality. Imagine spending most of your life surrounded by cheering crowds, only to experience much quieter days later in life. That's a difficult adjustment for anyone. One of the most painful chapters of Cliff's life came in 2014 when his home was publicly searched during a police investigation. Although he was never charged with any crime and was later cleared, the damage to his reputation had already been done. The intense media attention caused him enormous emotional stress, and he has openly spoken about how deeply the experience affected his mental well-being. Even after winning a legal case over the coverage, the emotional scars remained. Today, at 85, Cliff Richard enjoys a much quieter lifestyle. He spends his time between his homes, focuses on his faith, and occasionally appears in public or releases new music. While he no longer lives the fast-paced life of his younger years, he continues to appreciate the loyal fans who have supported him throughout his remarkable career. Personally, I think this is where we should be careful about believing dramatic headlines. Yes, Cliff Richard has faced heartbreaking moments, disappointments, and personal struggles. But I don't believe his entire life should be defined by sadness. When I look at his journey, I see resilience rather than defeat. I see a man who refused to let controversy destroy his legacy and who continued moving forward with dignity. I also think there's an important lesson here for all of us. Success doesn't protect anyone from pain, loneliness, or difficult experiences. No matter how famous or wealthy someone becomes, they're still human. That's why it's so important to treat people with kindness instead of rushing to judge them based on headlines or rumors. As Cliff Richard celebrates 85 years of life, perhaps the best way to honor him isn't by feeling sorry for him, but by appreciating everything he has overcome. His music continues to inspire millions, and his determination reminds us that life's greatest victories often happen after its hardest battles. What do you think about Cliff Richard's incredible journey? Do you see it as heartbreaking, inspiring, or a little of both? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.